we need to know which properties are in competition in the market right now. Not only I need to know what is selling, but I need to know not what is sold, but I need to know what is selling. When I say what is selling is, if I do a calculation right now, that what is selling is telling me that the active value, that's the way that we call it, is 277. Okay? Meaning market value 266, active value properties similar to the subject that are selling at the moment are 277. So what is that tell you? That tells you that the properties that are selling are higher than the properties that were sold. Basically, you know, if you buy below that market value, that is going to be benefit you. What happens is this. What usually happens is this thing. If you are not checking what the active comps are, you are in risk of getting into a property that your competition is higher, is lower. But this is something that we always recommend our clients. Look always for what is selling in the area, not only for what was sold, because maybe, and that happens even at these times, maybe the properties that are selling at the moment are selling for cheap. So you might think that you have a deal, but then when you go to sell it, you find a competition that is unexpected to you. Okay, the next tab that I'm going to show you is actually distress comps. Okay, what means with distress comps? Distress comps for us is properties that are either in pre-foreclose or foreclose that are half a mile of the subject property. This has been proven to be a very, very effective tool to actually leverage in deals. Why? Because sometimes you find clients or potential sellers that say, you know what, my property, the guy in front of me sold the property in 300,000, and his property is older than mine. You will find those kind of clients that are hard to convince that, you know, that what you can pay a certain amount of money. Well, you normally, if you use something like this, you will have that leverage. It will tell you, you know what, yes, you might be right, but around your property, there are other 15 properties that are in pre-foreclosure, and they're actually coming to the market. Actually, as you can see, the one that say F, they're already owned by the bank. There are 3 here that are already owned by the bank. And one of the things that our clients does is actually, okay, you go to your filter and you go up to 1 mile and you will find a lot more properties to show. Okay, this is an essential tool that we give to our clients. You can actually show this to your clients. Okay, now coming to what the question that we had before, we have what we call rental comps. So to answer your questions, all these are rentals. And again, you can take these rental comps and do the same thing. You can filter them and say, I only want rentals that are 3.2. Click on that, calculate, and this is the median rent. By the way, all the values that we're giving you here are not average, or median. There is a difference between for that. We calculate everything in median value. The other thing, and this is unique to this system, is we not only give you the rental comps, we also give you, if available, the Airbnb comparables. What does that mean? We tell you how much there is a lot of Airbnb in this area. How much will you get for an Airbnb in that specific area? So you can see rentals go for $1,600. See for how much Airbnb goes. 2,518. So there is a huge difference if you are buying and holding and you don't know this information. Okay? So you can see the occupancy rate in here. Let me do the calculation. The occupancy rate in here is depend on the property. You can find occupancies for 80 and then for 32, but you can see that it's possible to have 79, 82, 64, 76, and I'll tell you, more frequent than that you can think you're going to making more money in Airbnb, in the Airbnb world, than in the regular rentals. You can see here in this count is very important because you're getting $1,000 more of rent. You're going to have different expenses, of course, but again, that's the median range. It's not even the highest that you can get. It's the median. If we have the information, we'll give you the mortgage information. In this case, it's 181. And if in foreclosure, as you can show, is the same thing, 181. So every time that we hold a property, we have the information of a property, you're going to be able to analyze it this way. But remember, what we show you originally is equity. Okay? We find those $85,000. Again, in South Florida, you find $85,000 in a property that is, in this case, in pre-foreclosure, is considered a deal. If you are in any other county and you are looking for more equity, you can just change the number. Instead of 30, go to 40 or go to 50. And then of course, you're going to have less properties, but you're going to have, exactly what you're looking for, or the properties that you are looking for. Okay. That's the way that we calculate equity. Now let's go with, again, pre-foreclosed property, single families with 30% equity. And the results that we have here were 707 properties. But what happened? What happened now? What we're looking for here is to actually have more signs of motivation. We need to find what other motivation this list might have. And one of the motivations, like you guys will find, is the property owner occupied or not? This is what we're calling the system owner occupied, or you can call it absentee owners. Owner occupied, no, it means it's an absentee owner. If you click in search, now the system is going to give you the absentee owners. So what we have here so far is properties that have at least 30% equity, that are not owner occupied, and are single family homes. That's the three combinations that I have. Now, but what is more motivated than not owner occupied? out of state. So we will contains FL, and it's giving me not contains FL, means that it's not in the state of Florida. We click on search and the system is going to give me what? Not owner occupiers. Absentee owners, 49 of them. But guess what? These 49 absentee owners are or have at least 30% equity in their single family homes and they're in pre-foreclosure. Now, those are the signs that we can tell you, can find for you as a deal. Pre-foreclosures with equity. But you can actually add possible signs of motivations, like, for instance, out of state. Okay. Now I'm gonna clear this, and what other type of motivation we can find. The other type of motivation that we can find for you is probate. If we go to public record, single family homes that are probate, and see, let's see how many probates are in the whole county. 4,919. This is a very good list. But let's find how many probates are that are single family, which is mostly where you're looking for. $1,719. That's a good number. And that's a good number anywhere. Now let's see how much equity we can find. I'm looking for 30% or more equity. It can be 40, it can be 50%. So I'm gonna go 50, just to go crazy with that. 1,439. This is not unusual. Why? Because usually probates have a lot of equity, normally. So again, let's find another sign of motivation. What about a probate that is out of state? Is that a good deal? $69 probates out of state. A lot less than I was expecting, but there's 69. What about they don't live in the premises? $462. This is an additional list, 462. But again, I have given you two potential motivations to sell. First one, pre-foreclosure. Second one, probate. I'm going to give you a third one. The third one is who owe taxes, tax delinquents. We're going to see how many tax delinquents we have. So I don't have that option available in Polk County. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had it, but I don't. I do have.
Francisco, while you're here in this area, Susan Collins just made a note over here in chat that I thought was relevant.
Yes.
She said that she looked up this property and there's HOA debt in addition to the first mortgage. The system must be taking that into consideration. He must only be able to see what the equity ratio calculation is by looking into the system's property by property. Does that sound right?
We actually calculate equity in every single one of them. But again, we take into consideration debt. And the debt that we have is related to foreclosure. Okay, or mortgage.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if there is a mechanical lien on the property or a water bill or something like that, we might not have it. But at least we give you a first taste of what the equity look like in that property. Okay. There is so much information we can have related to a property.
Right.
One of the things that we tell our clients is between being a service that is going to give you every single detail of a property, which is practically a title search of every single property. That's impossible to us. We cannot do a title search of every single one of the properties. Okay.
Of course.
What we do is whatever is available in public records, we take it and we generate information with that. And we give you a pretty good idea of what might be there. But things like mechanical liens that are sometimes are not properly recorded, and HELOCs that are not recorded, that's something that we can help you with. That you have to go deeper into that, but at least you have an initial list. Okay.
Yes, and Susan is even clarifying. She's saying that actually that foreclosure was from the HOA, so that's why it included that in there. So there you go. So your system saw that, I guess. Okay, good.
Okay. Sometimes, again, you can see the HOA. Okay. If that, you can see the plaintiff of the property, who did the actual lease pendants. You can see it. Okay, knowing that, I'm going to go with another type of what we call motivations, which is vacant properties. And we are going to search for vacant properties that are single family. And these are the numbers, 2,279. This is a really good number, a good source of deals. And you can also search that with by equity. As you go equal and greater than 30% or 40 or 50, whatever you're desiring to, you go and do that too. Not 450, please. $1,785. That's a good number if you're looking for equity. Again, how many of those are out of state? If it not contains FL, out of state properties, and you're going to be seeing 329. Are these really out of state properties? Let's check. Cleveland, Indiana. So again, that's something that most investors are looking for. Equity that is actually vacant properties. Now, can I combine these things? Can I do a combination of whatever is in here? Yes, you can certainly do. How? You go, I want pre-foreclosures that are in probate. that are single family, you can certainly do it. Those are two sides of motivations right there. See, as you can see, you have 5 properties and 5 properties only. Okay, it's not that many. That's when you do combinations, you need to be careful. Oh, I'm sorry. In this case, I asked also to be vacant properties. Let's take vacant out. This case, we're going pre-foreclosure properties that were vacant. No. Let's do pre-foreclosures that have probate. 2 combinations, 2 reasons to sell, 62 properties. Out of those, 1, which is this one, is for sale. If the property is for sale, you're going to be able to see the property and do your own calculations. This property is listed for $159,900. Now, the market value we have is $147. Is this a deal? No, it's not a deal. But that's the kind of thing that the system allows you to see immediately. Now, this is all related for properties that are public record. But if the property is for sale, and this is something that we do with properties that are listed for sale, you can check, okay, how many properties that have listed for sale, single families are in Polk County. I'm sorry, I left a pre-foreclosure option there and probate there. So just to see if you were paying attention. For sale, single family Polk County, how many properties are for sale? 1,095. Out of those, how many have, and this is a different thing, we call this potential equity. We don't take into consideration the debt. We only take into consideration the listing price in order to get these calculations. We go greater than, in this case, 30%. Let's see how many properties shows. Normally at this time that you're not going to see a lot of properties with equity in a county like this, but we could find 23 properties. Okay, some of them you're going to be seeing that are listed in the wrong place. For example, this one is 2,400. This is probably a rental that was listed as a single family. But in this case, we have this other property. I'm not familiar with the area again, but I'm going to check this property to see if this is true. This property is listed for $224,000. It is the property, and the comps that the system is showing are this. Now, as you can see, the system didn't find enough comps in half a mile and web up to a mile. So when you find that, you need to be careful, because the properties that are going to be around might not be exactly the same that the subject. So you need to be exactly or know your neighborhood in order to do those calculations. But this house was built in 1922. That tells you something. All these other houses were built in 2020, a lot of them. Some were built in 1948, 1947, and this is what the filter that we have allow you to do. Allow you to actually filter the properties that you want in or out to do the calculation. For instance, if I don't want to include any of these properties, I only include the ones that are older and mark them here, and I calculate the value again. It's going to give me a different value. Okay, but that's what the system is about. It gives you the flexibility. It gives you a tendency first, and then the flexibility to actually do your own calculations if you may. And this is out of the multi-listing. Okay, again, this is a really great tool if you are looking for properties that are listed and have equity. Normally, our clients, what we'll do is they won't look for properties that are really out of the door, meaning they're just listed. They will probably wait until 30 days. So see the property is not actually moving at the moment. As you can see, these 3 properties here are actually in pre-foreclosure. They're selling for selling 106, but as you can see, the market value is 160 and they are in foreclosure. The non-debt of the property is $69,000. So you have room to negotiate with this homeowner. You can see this is the homeowner name. You have any question for me, Liz? Hello? Well, this is silent at the moment.
Sorry, I wasn't unmuted there, and I was just talking away to you. So one question
questions?
Oh, okay. Susan, did you have a question for him?
I was just gonna, you didn't jump in.
I'm sorry?
I don't think we could understand. Susan, I don't think we could understand you well. Say it again.
Reverberation. Yeah, no, when you didn't jump in, I was just gonna read the question there. Someone said, can you sort by city? But I'd like to go down in Lakeland, can you sort by zip code? Because in Lakeland,
yes,
zip code is
you can select any zip code you want, any city you want. As you can see here, you have city, zip code, you can pick any zip code you want. You can actually pick by map. If you like any specific area, as you can see, this is a zip code, but I want a specific area. I just mark the area that I want, and the system will make the search only in this area. I don't know where am I at the moment, so I don't know if this is gonna bring any results. But let's click in the search to see what's happened. No, I'm probably in the middle of a swamp or something right there. I don't know. But yes, you can certainly select any area you want, either by map or by zip code. Okay.
Also, Francisco, Maria Sanchez asked if a couple of questions. One is, how often do you update your vacant properties, probate, etc.? And also, can you search by code violations by any chance?
No, we don't have code violations. Okay, that's out of the door. We update our data, the foreclosure data, we update it daily. Our comparables, our sold properties, we update it weekly. And I have to make an, I'm not sure about Polk County because sometimes depend of the size of the county. The county don't update the data weekly, but update it monthly. So we have to go wherever the county has. But if the county has data available, in a daily basis, we update it weekly. Okay, so you know. Some counties in Florida that update only data once a month. I don't think it's the case specific for Polk County. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you that we actually calculate equity every single week. We do the calculations for equity, either potential equity or what we call debt to equity. We do it every single week. Okay.
Okay. Also, Ray Taylor asked, can you sort by city, not zip code, but just city?
Yeah, right here. You can sort by city, by zip code, by type of property, by bedroom, by bathroom, by lot size, by legal description, by sold date, sold price, year built, market value of the property. We give you all those potential choices in order to do your search. There are potentially 50 million combinations that you can do here. But more importantly, what we're trying to show you right now is pointing you to those potential deals, to those properties that have a motivated homeowner and they have equity. Okay, so that's our main function for us here. Now, other features of the system that I want to show, Liz, is what we call the Buyers Pro. And the Buyers Pro is if you're a wholesaler, and if you're not a wholesaler, it's also important, because one of the things that all people in real estate is, it tells their students or the people that actually work in this business, is you have to have your own buyers list. And one of the things that we make very easy for you is we tell you out of the door which or who are in any county in Florida, who are the ones that are actually buying properties and in how much. We're gonna check that in Polk County. We're gonna click on
that's
the
a great
search.
list. That's interesting.
And this is what we call the cash buyers list. Why do we call this the cash buyers list? Okay, we are in an educated presumption that someone that buys a property under an LLC is buying the property cash, as this owner here is Park Square Enterprises LLC. Park Square Enterprises LLC has 120 properties. Okay, you can click on the buyer, on the what we call the buyer, and you can see all the properties that this buyer has. Not only that, you can see where those properties are located. In this case, these look like are in the same, those 120 properties that you saw are actually, you know, developments.
Okay. I'm gonna come.
Okay, so you're going to be seeing that they are in the very same area. By the way, this, do you see that sold price repeats? Public records does that when you buy, let's say in this case, 15 properties for $1,261,000. They don't divide that, and this mess up comes a little bit when you check, but it's not usually what happens. We have AGI Homes. Let's analyze this buyer. Okay, these buyers buy different properties. We have a lot of properties that are for sale now, as you can see. All that you see that is green is properties that are for sale. So all these properties that you can see here, he bought it this year in the last 365 days. So this is a buyer that bought 112 properties. And you want to see where, you have exact area where that person is buying from. I hope that I'm not giving anything away here. Sometimes it happens.
But that's great. He's a real active, real buyer. That's a very valuable list here. Wow.
Yes, I do that. If you have a deal or a property that you actually want to sell, and you see this specific buyer is buying anything from 26,000 up to 639,000, because these three are part of one same property. So yes.
Now, Francisco, I know that you do included in the when we use your search system here, we can do that skip tracing. I saw a little bit of that information before, like on somebody's phone number in the probate. A couple of questions have come up. So we're seeing telephone numbers. Is there email and other contact info, or how does that work as far as the skip tracing and information?
The information we provide is phone numbers, either landline or a mobile. We provide email information if available. We provide also relatives. Okay, when I say relatives, let's say the Johnson family. If the Johnson family is in 123 Main Street, I will have Jane Johnson, Frank Johnson, Liz Johnson, all the Johnsons that are related to that property. Okay, it's not going to be only the one that the homeowners that are on record. Okay, there is also going to be the family members. Now, we do have a report that is really interesting. We call it the social media report, where you can actually, out of a result that you might have, you can select, and the system will do a skip trace of all properties you select. And the reason is, with that information, you can actually bring phone numbers and emails, and it will give you the phone numbers in one side and the emails in the other side. And the reason to do that is that you take that information and you can feed social media and do advertisement with that. That's actually new. That's from the last quarter of last year. So one of the things that is actually our clients are using is getting that information. Okay, I want all these properties that have equity, but I want, instead of using direct mail, which you can use directly in the system, by the way, you can generate direct mail in the system if you may. But in this case, you can actually create a social media platform that is going to target only the ones that are in your list. Imagine that you have 1,500 people in pre-foreclosure, and you are targeting their Facebook account every single day. Like, I can help you. You know how effective social media can be. And the reason that we have this new report is because we can actually help you with this information, generate those lists and introduce it to social media. That social media is not going to work with address only, but it's going to go with phone numbers, and it's going to work with email addresses. Now, not only you're going to be targeting the owners of those properties, where you're going to be targeting also the family members of that property. So that's the good thing.
Which would be really important on the probate ones for sure.
Okay, yes. And it doesn't matter if the person, remember, because what we have is the owner information. It doesn't matter where they live. Because if they're out of state, they're going to be seeing the advertisement. It doesn't matter where, but they're going to be seeing the advertisement. Another of the features that I want to show today to you guys is what we call the deal generator. And the deal generator, we actually love it because it's one of the apps that we feel that have been helping our clients tremendously in the last few months. It's, you know, it actually is going to be a year that we generate this piece of software, and it actually gives you an information that is more visual. It's not as detailed as the one that you see in Reifax, but it is very good for when you are to go. Meaning, the system is going to give you a color code of any given area where you actually have either more deals or less deals. Let's say, for instance, pre-foreclosures. Let me log in first, guys. Haven't logging into. This is actually a mobile app. I'm showing you in what is the tablet version, but you can actually see it here in the phone version. See, this is how, remember the screenshot I sent you, Liz? Okay, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the way it looks like in your cell phone. Actually, while emulating here in the computer, it's actually an iPhone X. But in order for make it more visual for you, I'm gonna run it for you in a tablet mode. Okay?
So that first way was how it looks in my cell phone if I did it, but this is how it looks on the computer.
This is what it looks like in a tablet. That's visually, you can see all the information here. If you see for sale with equity and click here, the system will give you a different approach of how it's showing it, where the counties where you're gonna find more for sale with equity. If I click in probate, you're gonna see the counties that are in dark green is the counties that you're gonna see more probate. The counties in red, you're gonna see less probates. But if we go to Polk County, you're gonna see which are the counties that in Polk County, I'm sorry, what are the zip codes that in Polk County, you're gonna see more probates. One of the things that you need to be aware of is zip codes that cross county lines, okay? Like this one, for example. This one has 61 probates, but again, it's part of other counties, not only this one, but other counties. The ones that are in the county, you're going to see like this one here, 33830. This is only, this one is only in this county, but you can have one that the sequels that cross county lines. If you want to see, we didn't talk about tire landlords. That's something that we need to see. Oh, I forgot about that one. Okay, here it is. If you can see, this is dark green is where the more concentration of what we call tire landlords. We're going to go by that definition in a moment. So every time that you step on something bank-owned, you're going to see in which areas you have more bank-owned properties, in which areas you have more auctions, in which areas you have more repairs for sale. Repairs for sale are properties that are for sale, and in the remarks they have some kind of DLC repairs. We actually select keywords for you so you can know what is happening around you. And one of the things I want to talk is about the definition what we call tire landlords. Tire landlords are, for us, multi-unit properties, okay? Multi-unit properties that were sold 4 years or more ago. That's a definition of a tire landlord for our system. You can actually select tire landlord properties that are older than that if you want. the system allows that to allow you to do it. Not this system here, because this system is designed to be visual and to the point, but in Reifax, you can actually go and select that.
So that's what you call tired landlords, right?
Tired landlords for us, I'm gonna put it here, public record information, instead of single family, you're gonna find multifamily less than 10. Okay, and you're gonna put here, I want them to be sold before, and I'm going to go with 2017, January 7. Okay, so it's gonna give you, in this case, what I'm calling the tired landlord of Polk County. Click search. 4,831.
Whoa.
Okay, those are multi-units that were bought before 2017. Are they really tired? Well, the definition is they might be. And one of the things that you're going to look at, okay, where the homeowner lives. Out of state, 415. So these 415 properties, where are they? Okay, we have that information. One of the things that you can do is actually generate labels, if you may, and directly send mailing campaigns if you want. Or you can do, remember the social media report? Click here. The system will do a skip trace in every single one of these properties, and you're going to be able to put that in your social media feed. As an
Now, the question is there an additional fee for the social media segment of that, Francisco?
You only need to be in the what we call the professional dialer system, which is our top system.
Okay, so it's more than just the basic.
It's not an
you have to
additional
pay
fee
for
that
that
we're going to charge for that. And actually, the price for all counties, and we're gonna talk about a little bit which kind of products we have available for you. But just to take it out, for Polk County, it will be 185 for all, for including the skip trace, for only for one county. If you want all counties in Florida, or actually all counties available, not only Florida, but all the states that we have, is 224. So we don't charge more for all counties.
No, it's not very much more. One person had asked if you do this in California. Do you do it in California?
Yes.
Okay. Valerie Maxey was asking that if the public records are available with this system from California. Excellent.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So what am I missing?
Let's see.
Okay, we cover Bios Pro, we cover lead generator. I don't want to cover BNB Bestor. You saw a little bit of BNB Bestor. What is BNB Bestor? BNB Bestor is a system that will allow you to actually not only find but evaluate areas in order to find what are the best areas for you to do Airbnb. And we saw an example that the system not only told you that rentals regarding that specific area, but it told you, okay, what are the Airbnbs, which one are the Airbnbs in the area, and in how much money are they making. Remember the case that we told you that the regular rental were $1,600, or you could get up to $2,600 if you have Airbnb. That's one of the examples. You know, if you are buying and holding, $1,000 a month make a huge difference, as you know.
I think you and I talked about it, and you may. I'm going to see if we can get you back to do just an Airbnb night, because there's a lot of detail that you actually give in that particular segment, right? That's a lot of information.
There's a lot of information additional, and
Okay.
one of the things that I actually didn't mention here in the buyer's portion is you can actually select the type of property that. Let's say you have a multifamily property, and you want to know who is buying multifamilies in the last few. Who is actually buying multifamilies? Here you have a few companies that are buying multifamilies. This one bought 4 multifamilies. SKC Lakeland LLC, Tingle Holdings, 800 Third Court LLC. You're going to start seeing who the players are, but not only who bought the properties recently, you have the holders too. Holders, meaning is not only 1 year. It's, you know, who are holding property right now.
Oh my goodness, that is a great list.
Yeah,
wow.
38, 20.
Wow.
Remember we were watching first the one that have 120. Well, we can go
right.
back to that list and actually see this one was 120. Let's see the holders. You can see here who is who owns more properties well, this is not an investor, but you know, this thing cannot make a difference between this one or not. But our properties definitely have 780 properties, and this is probably what you can call a well buyer. Okay, a hedge
now,
fund.
Of course, Francisco, if people are buying and they're immediately putting them in land trust and their company name doesn't show up, then that's not showing on this list, of course, right? There's no way for that to happen. It will depend.
There is people that have a lot of property in the same land trust. You will see that.
Yeah.
You will see trust here too. Whatever is repeating in the amount of properties that are holding, it will show. The important thing is this is ordered by the number of properties that they actually have under their name. Like for instance, this one has 780. This one has 525. If you want to find buyers that are, you know, small buyers, you can actually select something like this, and you can see, okay, where are the properties of this buyer? There they are.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, this is almost cheating.
It is. I love it.
Yeah. If you want to know, this is holders. This is out-of-state properties bought in the last year. Who bought from out-of-state? Not many. Out-of-state holders. International buyers, if there is any, and international holders.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, these are, you know, probably companies that they see. Ontario here, Canada. Those are people that are buying overseas. Bermuda, England, Canada, United Kingdom. So it's very comprehensive in telling you what is going on.
Now, do you do this in Georgia also? Maria Sanchez was asking.
I wish we have Georgia. Georgia is the one that we have in the eye right now, but we don't have it yet. We're in the process of acquiring the data, which is neither easy or cheap. Okay. So as you saw, we have Florida. Oh, one of the things that didn't show you guys is, of course, on the type of property we provide. And let's go back to what is Buyers Pro. Is, for instance, who owns mobile homes. And that might be interesting to some of you.
And just so you guys know, before we started the meeting, Francisco was on with
mobile homes.
With a few of us, and we were talking about mobile homes in South Florida. He and other investors down there, they don't experience a lot of mobile homes like we do in our area. So there's some things that Francisco was talking about that he would be very interested in adding to his system to make it even more dynamic for us for mobile homes. So he and I are going to talk about that.
At the moment, if the system can do it now. The thing is, because I'm not familiar with the part that the land is separated from what is in top of the land. You know, it's kind of tricky for me to know, but I might be able to actually do it, but I need to sit with you and research a little bit more to see if I can add an additional option in the system that tells you, okay, these are inland or these aren't inland.
In the records, it'll show you a value for the land, so that would be something pretty easy to pick up if you have the county.
Oh, then I'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because
if it's just a trailer, it won't have a value in there for land.
Okay, that is easy. I can do that, sir, right now. That you.
There you go.
You did it in the. You really did it. So.
Okay, Chris Hedges only gets 10% of your company. That's all. That's all he wants.
Single family here. Let me clear this up. Let me pull Polk County.
Yeah, Chris Hedges was the one that was in on that early meeting, and he was saying, look, you know, the mobile homes, you can do mobile homes, but we need to know if the land goes with them, or maybe they're in a park somewhere. That can make a difference on the valuation.
And mobile homes. And let's see if I have the backend, the land value here as a search option. Values land is equals 0, I guess, no? I'm sorry, it's greater than 0.
Yeah, greater than 0, exactly.
Okay, let's do that before, without that information. These are all mobile homes in 31,958. Let's see how many of those have land. Land greater than 0. It's not taking it for me. Let me check. Land value is 14,000. Let me see which ones are equal 0.
See, this is new for Francisco, so he's trying to figure it out for us on the fly here.
It's not giving anyone right now that have land value. Maybe, and just maybe,
I would go greater than $100 that way, because a lot of everything is sold for. Just put a little bigger number than 0 in.
They're in the intangibles though. If they're just mobile homes, they're not in the property appraisers and with the DOR use codes, they're in the intangibles. because they're intangible property. They're taxed in a different way. If you're pulling it in from the property appraisers, the mobile homes are in the, that's how they're taxed. They're taxed in the intangible part of the property appraiser.
Yeah,
Their
well, the
personal
land isn't
property.
taxed at all, so there'll be a value on it for what's not being taxed in the land, so.
Oh, so if I select a land value that is low,
Yeah, put a land over 100 and see what you get. But you want greater than 100.
well, in this case, I'm trying to find the ones that do not have land. Just to see if it's
Yeah,
possible.
okay, do not have land, yeah.
It's going to be very few. Yes, in this case, the land value is 100, but also the assessed value is 100. It's weird.
Okay, so this is a puzzle, Francisco, for
Yeah,
you to
this is
figure
a
out for
puzzle
us.
I don't intend to solve here. I thought it was going to be more easy, but I promise you,
Okay.
if I crack it, I'll tell you.
Okay. We look forward to it because we are a mobile home investing community. We love our mobile homes, don't
Yeah,
we, Chris?
one of the things that is very important for you guys is where the money is in this business. And most of you will know that the money is in the follow-up. And one of the things I understand and typically what I see that our clients do or where they're coming is they actually have an Excel spreadsheet and they go all around doing all these things in separate screens. And it's a very laborious and tedious work. Here, everything is in one place. So one of the things that we have is actually a follow-up system. In this follow-up system, you can follow up not only in properties, but you can follow up in actually contacts. Because sometimes you don't have, you have someone that you pick out of, let's say, a mail that you send or a Facebook page that is only giving you the information related to personally them, then the system allows you to do a follow-up of that person. But the crack here is actually the follow-up system that allows you to follow up by property. And as you can see here, all this system allows you to follow up by property. Not only follow up by property, it will allow you to send contracts. It will allow you to send text messages and see physically if the properties are for sale, not for sale, and a lot of everything you have done to the property. I'm going to give you an example of just how easy it's going to be for anyone to actually send a contract from scratch. Let's say, Paul, single family, and I'm looking for equity, potential equity greater than 30%, search. I'm gonna pick this property and I'm going to add this property to the follow-up. You're either buying, selling, prospecting, or listing. In this case, I want to buy these properties. I'm gonna add it to my follow-up. I go to my follow-up. It is the property that I want to sell. But how much I'm going to offer? You can offer whatever you want, or you can do a calculation of the offer here. One of the things that you can do is you actually calculate offer by factor. I want to offer 70% of the listing price. Some of my clients does that. I want to round it to the closest 100. Apply. I'm going to offer for this property $157,000. Okay. And after that, I'm going to click on send contract, or in this case, documents. And the system is going to ask me which type of document, and I'm going to sell. I select my type of document. And the addendum options, and you can actually click on preview, and you can see the document that you're going to send. You have signatures in the document, preset it, they're gonna show right here. I don't have signatures in mine, but if you have, the system is going to show. You can add any kind of document, any kind of contract you have, not only the far bar, you can have any. When I say any, you can scan it, you can put it in here. It doesn't have to be a far bar. Happens to be a lot of our clients use far bar contracts. If you are going to use a far bar contract, we need you to have the right to use it. Because it's a copyrighted contract, we need to know proof that you are paying to the right for use that contract. There are companies, the one that I know is called AltaStar, that actually charge, I don't know, $100 a year, something like that, $130 a year. And you don't have to hear the realtors complaining that you're using the far bar contract without permission.
What's the name of that company, Francisco?
Investors that pay the fee to use it, they can actually use it. So be aware of that.
What's the name of that company?
It's called AltaStar.
Can you spell that or put it over in the chat for me so we have it? I don't know that.
I'm not 100% sure. It's ALT star, like the one that are in the sky. You look at it, AltaStar.
Thomas put it down there. It's called AltaStar. Thomas put it down there in the chat.
Okay.
Very good.
My advice to
Thank you.
is buy the contract. You don't want problems with realtors, and we won't allow you. If you want to upload a far bar contract into our system, we will ask you for that, because you know, we've been in trouble with the board of realtors for not you know, for
right.
They upload anything in our system, so we're very careful with that too.
But if we want to use our own contracts, we can upload that and we can use it.
With the board of realtors. They're our, you know,
right.
our friendly friends.
Right.
So
but if we want to use our own,
not only this, in this case, I only have one type of document here. I don't know what my guys did with the rest of my documents. I have here pre-foreclosures, as is, REO, short sales with short sale addendums. We have a setup of every single of these contracts that you can actually have. Not only that, you can set up your initial deposits and your additional deposit, inspection days, and all that is already formatted in the contract. And with 2 or 3 clicks, you're going to be able to send contracts really quick.
Harry Arthur is asking, do you have contract cancellation forms in your system? So if we need to cancel it, we can.
Is Harry Arthur here? Wow,
I don't know. Harry?
is the Harry Arthur I know and love? Long time no see you, my friend. Harry, I don't have documents for you in this system. You have to upload your own documents. We help you to set up any document you upload. If you upload a cancellation, you will actually are going to be able to fill it up. No problem. Okay.
That's a big help in itself, being able to put my own documents in there,
You can put whatever
and be able to fill it
I
out.
have realtors that put the licensing or the agency documents in here. They send their agency documents directly from here. It's very easy for them. That depends on what you want to do with the system. The system gives you the flexibility to do whatever you want with it. One last thing that I didn't show, and I really want to show this because it's a game changer here. Liz, if you go to,
Are you going to show the driving for dollars thing? Because we don't want to miss that either.
Yes, the driving for dollar thing. Unfortunately, to do it in Polk County because the driving for dollar is the sign of where you're standing at the moment. Okay. So this thing is going to select. If I click here, the system is going to pick the same type of properties that are around me. In this case, I have 80 pre-foreclosures that are around me. Okay. So to
be clear, Francisco, what we're looking at is this is like your phone and what you're seeing on your phone, and you can be, you're driving around, you're in front of a property and you hit this and bam, this is what you're going to find, right?
Okay. But I want, there are 80 pre-foreclosures around you, but you know, you don't want you don't want to drive around 80. So you pick, okay, give me only the single families that are 3-2s that have at least 30% equity or more. It show you one. I'm going to select, I'm going to relax this a little. I'm not going to ask for 3-2s. Now it's too many. Oh my God. Let me put 4.
Where are you located now? Are you down in Fort Lauderdale or Miami or somewhere now?
I live in an area called Pembroke Pines. So that big houses here. You have more, you have big, you have a combination. But in this case, I'm looking to have something like 10 properties, just like this. Okay. Right. Let me clear my space here. So I'll give you an example with a clear thing. You saw these 10 properties. Say that I'm driving, I stop for a moment. I select, okay, I want to see pre-foreclosures that have equity that are around me right now. You do this, and then you add it to your navigation system. Your navigation is going to put all 10 properties in here. Okay? Out of all these 10 properties, one of the things that you're going to be able to do is, okay, I want to select them all. And the moment that you click in navigation, what the system is going to do is actually going to go to your navigation system in your cell phone. Okay, if I do it here, it's going to be, because I'm in a computer, it's going to take me to the same thing, but in a computer. And it's going to tell me here, okay, you're going to take 1 hour and 2 minutes to drive to all 10 properties. And it's going to give you the best route following traffic at that moment.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Whew.
Okay?
Gosh.
But it's going to be straight in your cell phone. And in that moment, you're going to start driving to property 1. But the good thing Imagine you are in property 1. Then you go here and you change to this icon on top that we call, I love fancy names, we call the radar option. The radar option, oh, unfortunately, I had nothing closing here. Oh, yes, I do. The radar option, because I'm in my computer, is taking a location that is not actually my house, okay? But let's say you're in front of a house, the system will give you the 10 closest properties you have. In this case, let's say I'm in front of this house that is in a cul-de-sac. It's going to show the house. And if I click on the house, it's going to show the homeowner, the information of that house. So before going into the house, you're going to be able to see, okay, this house belongs to Ulicia Mercedes. The mortgage is this. These are the comparables of the house. These are the active comps. But additionally, one of the things that you want to be able, if you have foreclosure information, will be there. All related to the property will be there. But let's say, okay, if you want to actually call first, because before entering the property, you have that option. You click in the contact info, and the system is going to do a skip trace and actually put it there. Remember, skip trace take a little while. It will take between, I don't know. You can see Mercedes Lauder. It have a few email, few phone numbers, Maria Utesia, and have a few emails, a few phone numbers.
Good grief.
Okay, so you are in front of the property, you have all information you need. Now remember the follow-up that I was showing you before? Let's say you went to this house and you say, okay, this house I like, click here. The moment that you click here, it's actually in the properties that I select, and it's going to be straight to where? To my follow-up system.
Oh, excellent.
And the ones that are in the follow-up are going to have this mark over here. Okay? So the system will add that to the follow-up. One of the things that you can do.
So I don't even have to remember to do that.
Filter for the ones that you follow today. This is the property. See, it has that sign here. It's because I added from my drop-in for dollar system, which is the deal generator. How about that way of following up?
That is excellent, because remembering all of that is what starts to, when you start looking at a lot of properties, the follow-up, like you said, that's where the deal making happens. That's where the money is.
The money is and has always been in the follow-up. If you don't have a follow-up system that is robust, that it tells you everything, you just send a contract here, you're going to be able to access that contract every single time, and not only see the contract physically, but see how much you pay. Some of the deals that my clients actually do are follow-ups that they actually forget about it, and they call a month later and they're game. So yes. And see how many properties you can actually work with these filters. I have clients that handle thousands of properties. They only take it out of the follow-up when this goes to red. What red means the property was sold. The property was sold after putting the property into the follow-up. So if that was sold, compare that with what you offer, and sometimes you'll be surprised that they go for less of what you offer.
Well, I just want to point out here, Francisco, the importance of that, because right now I'm getting ready to close on a property that I worked on almost 7 years ago. Okay. And so it's taken that long. Right? Yeah. She's ready though. She's ready. Right. So I'm just telling you that it's well worth it. You just never know when things are going to happen. It can take a long time or a little time.
That's very persistent.
Well,
I
I'm a
know
dog with a
about
bone.
2, 4, 6 months, but 7 years you have the record. In my book. That's
I've done several. That's a long time for me too, but I will tell you that I've often done them a year or 2 years later, because the people just weren't ready in the moment, or there's all kinds of reasons, especially your high equity owner
property,
finance.
they're not in a rush to move.
Well,
They
yeah.
are in pre-foreclosure. That's not unusual. That happens, but if you follow up enough times, I'll tell you, it works.
Well, just to be clear on this particular situation and on some of the ones that were over a year, those were private individuals that had high equity, were not ready to sell in the moment, but then later are and willing to do owner financing. So that's a very, specialized thing, and it takes a while. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Owner financing is music to my ears.
Uh-huh.
Okay, guys.
So listen, now down here, Mike Ferrari.
I can talk for hours.
But wait, we have a question here.
The equity calculation part, and I promise I'm going to sit with. I'm sorry I didn't get his name, but I'm sure you're going to provide it for me. I'm gonna sit with him and show him what because we don't want to say we're infallible and we have all the answers and we have everything right. But this system has been working for the last 10 years, and the equity calculations, the way that we do it and the way that we show it, I will say in a 99.9% they're right. But who knows? When I say who knows, maybe did something change over the weekend. They did a bad calculation. Things happen. And I need to sit with him to see what's going on. But
I appreciate that. Yeah,
I
really do appreciate
that I'm the owner of the truth. I've been proved wrong many times. I'm a married man for the last 25 years.
Okay, I like a man who will admit that they're wrong. All men, that's you're a good husband material if you can do that. Let me tell you. So there you are.
So my wife says. Not very often, but
hey,
she
listen.
says.
Listen, there are a couple of questions we just need to make sure we get in. One of them is Mike Ferrari asked, do you use or have digital signature ability when sending out contracts? Which is similar to Thomas, yes, who asked about DocuSign. Thomas was asking about DocuSign.
No, we're building our own DocuSign. When I say that, you're going to be able to send the contracts and ask for the other party to sign it. Okay, but we personally don't have DocuSign. But I understand what he's looking for. We're in the process to create something that is going to be a solution for you. What happened is DocuSign is not cheap. Okay, we try to do an interface to DocuSign, but it's going to cost you a lot of money for the people that use our system. Usually sends 200, 300, 500 contracts in a month, or follow up in thousands of contracts. So having those in DocuSign is an expense that is too great for our clients. So we're trying to create a solution. That's why we are a system that is always growing.
Okay. Steve Carrington also asked earlier, can you put in a specific address, like not just a zip code when you're doing a search?
Yes, you can put an address here. You can either an address, a folio, or what we call the Reifax number, which is basically the folio number with some information additional that identifies the county and the state. But again, you can select an address. Not only an address, the system is kind of smart. I'm going to show you that real quick.
Okay.
112 Wooden Way. 112 Wooden Way. You can actually write 112, click on search, and it's gonna bring all the 112s. Wooden. Something is wrong here.
It didn't like that.
What am I doing wrong?
I like that you, the owner, are asking that question.
Oh. No, the problem is I'm in Broward. I'm not in Polk. So there is no 112 in Broward. Forget it. Okay, in this case, I look. In this case, see, I look for an address that was 11811. And one of the things that you can see is actually the trace of the street. See?
Oh, wait, was that the whole street? That whole street it was showing, not just the one house?
Yeah, when you say 11811, it will show the whole street. And you will see that there is a correct, this is interesting because I have done it many times, I know. But if you pick a street, or you sometimes are gonna want to see it vertically, so sometimes you're gonna be seeing horizontally. But this is either streets or avenues. Or depends if you are, court places, all those are gonna show in a different way. But coming back to Polk, let's see if that works. Yeah. 112, and let's find Wooden. I'm not sure if I'm writing Wooden the right way. No, I'm not. Oh. Let's see. The key thing here is you can actually put either the address or the folio number. That's the key. I'm gonna do it again. Search. It is the address, the folio number is gonna show all the address. The address can be the full address or partial address. Partial address will do too. See? You can go straight to the same property.
Very good.
If you go 112 10th, which is a partial one, it may bring more than one result, but here is the one that you're looking for. Okay?
Okay. Now, I know you were going to wrap it up, but one thing people are starting to ask, oh, wait. Harry Arthur asked this question. Let me ask this first. He's saying, what is the best operating system for Reifax?
if you're talking about browser, we actually like Chrome more, but we support all browsers that are out there. But you can use our system in tablets, either Apple or Windows or Android. Any tablet you can use. The system is designed to be touched. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm touching with my fingers. I'm not using the mouse. The thing is when I'm doing a presentation online, I won't actually, I use the mouse so you know where I'm going. Okay, like when I move the mouse, you're seeing where the mouse is. But the system is designed.
Right.
Okay, this actually is an improvement that we did like 4 years ago or 3 years ago, that we made all the system designed to be digital. You can actually touch everything. All the icons are the size that you can actually touch it, and it come out with something like this. For instance, I want the subdivisions only here, and it will bring only if you have comms related to that subdivision. Okay. And what was the other question?
Mike Ferrari was asking, where do you access the Drive for Dollars feature?
Where do you access the Drive for Dollar features? You access it 2 ways. You can go into your browser in your cell phone and write on dealgeneratorusa.com, which is here. Or you can go to a mobile app that is called Deal Generator. It's either Apple or Android. Unfortunately, Apple, it had some issues that we haven't been able to completely fix. Okay, but if you use Apple, you can go to the browser of your phone, and it will work exactly the same like the mobile app. It will be a mirror
Now,
of your. If you prefer
now, Francisco,
Apple, don't worry, the system will work perfectly. I'm talking about the deal generator.
right, lead generator.
Yeah.
So now, I guess you and I didn't talk about this except just briefly the other day, and we didn't talk about it at all before tonight. But you briefly mentioned that if for Pcreia, because you're a corporate sponsor with us, we can get a little bit of a discount with Reifax.
Yes, I'm gonna show you that right now, so you can see where our different options here.
Okay.
These are. This is the pricing we have. The type of products that we have is Platinum Professional and Professional Dialer. The Professional Dialer is the one that have the skip trace. You can pay this monthly or annually. If you pay annually, you get 2 months discount. Okay. If you pay monthly, you pay monthly. But in this case, I'm going to select this option, which is just to say the most higher. Now, as you see here, the price is $299. I'm gonna show you with the Pcreia prices. You have to put the Pcreia promo code. See that?
Okay.
From $299 to $224, so $70-something that you get as a discount. If
Great,
you don't
great,
want,
great.
if you want only one county, you go here and you select the county that you want. and that's the price of one county. You don't have the Pcreia price, this is the price. You put Pcreia, that's the discount.
We like that. You know, us investors, we like a little bit of a deal. And
Okay.
listen, the other thing was, some people were asking what state. So I saw when you press down there on state, that shows you all the states that you're in and have available right now, right? When you go down there
Okay,
where you were
I
filling
wanna
out
say
what
this.
states you want.
One of the things that we are really proud of is our best interest as a company is that you learn the system. This is an extensive system that have many, many features. Okay.
Yeah.
Our experience with our clients is when you learn the system, you are not going anywhere. Why? Because you learn the value of the tool that we have to offer. Okay. For that reason, we don't charge for training. When I say we don't charge for training, is we don't charge for one-on-one training. Okay? Meaning, you can call us, you can chat with us by this way, you can call us, and you can schedule a training with us. And what's gonna happen is, we're gonna train you as many times as you need. If Harry Arthur is there, and he's the Harry Arthur, I think it is, he has received many trainings. Okay? So he will know. We will train you until you say no more. Why? Because we know the more we train you, the longer you're going to be in the system. So again, trainings are free and as many as you want. That's our promise. Now, that doesn't mean
Harry
that
is
you
saying,
can call us and you have just one question related to the system. You can go to the chat, you can call us directly, and we're going to answer your phone. The only difference is we're going to do it from 9 to 6, Monday to Friday. Okay?
So Harry is saying, oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
If you have anything that you think that will add value to our system, and it's going to make your life easier, we want to hear about it. We add new features to the system regularly because there's suggestions that our clients see that they need. I'll tell you that there are some things that are in the system that I don't know what they're for. Why? Because I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. One of the results that I was seeing at the moment, it has an option that I've never seen before. Just to give you an example. When you add a property to the follow-up, this is totally new for me. Click on follow-up. Depends on where you are. He asks you, okay, you want to follow up, you want to add something. Oh, I know. When you're here into the follow-up, see, you have two options. Before it was only one. This report for you guys are invaluable. Why? Because it tells you, we call this the X-ray report. In the X-ray report, you click on this, and it tells you everything you need to know about the neighborhood. Property sold, everything. Days on market, how many distressed properties are around, how many properties are active to sell. Everything that you need to know regarding to the pre-foreclosure properties active for sale. This is between half a mile of the subject. And it compares the area that you are with the area of the whole area of the county that you are. So what we're scratching here is the surface of what the system does. But even when you learn the minimum of the system, you're going to be in advantage of any other person that is around, because you're going to have the capabilities to actually doing follow-up, contracting, research, and not only that, search by equity and search by, as I told you, you have all these potential searches, including for rent, for sale by owner, foreclosure, mortgage, probates, and expires. If you want to search by probates and you want, okay, by attorney name, go ahead and search. By deceased name, go ahead and search. This depends on where you are. If you're an agent, licensed agent, you can also search by expired listings. This is something only for agents. If you are a real estate agent, you can actually search by expired listings too. So you're looking for expired listings with equity that are in pre-foreclosed, that's something that a system can give you. The difference between the multi-listing, the ones that are realtor, and us is we're built for investors. And what we're trying to find investor is money. The MLS is a really good system. It's very well done for what it's created. It's created to sell properties. Okay? Sell and buy. It's a transactional system. This system is designed to find deals. It's a different purpose. It's a different system. We have a lot, we do a lot of speculation. When I say that, remember guys, equity is an art, okay? Being an art, we're trying to put a mathematical formula in order to find equity. Being equity and art, what we create is tendencies. And those tendencies are correct most of the time. I would say between 90 and 95%, depending on the county, those tendencies are on the spot. There are some areas that those tendencies do not work, but it's by design. For instance, if the properties are too big, if the properties are too close to water bodies, like they're in front of the ocean, and a difference between a house that is ocean front compared to a house that is not ocean front is $1 million. In that aspect, the system have their challenges. Above all, because there are counties that the waterfront option is not available in public record. So there is not much we can do. But if you are in a blue collar neighborhood, the comparables are pretty straightforward. Do you have any other questions, Liz?
The only other question that I see that maybe I haven't covered with you is Susan was asking, what reminder are you given in the follow-up system?
We have what we call notes. You have notes in the follow-up that you can actually apply to the system. And we don't have reminders. What we have is you can actually put a pending task to the future. Let's say you want to, one of the, not only tasks, but set of tasks, meaning I want to send a contract on Monday at 10 a.m. Then at 10:30, I want to send a text message to the agent or to the homeowner. And after that text message, I want to send in the afternoon a follow-up email. You can create those sets of tasks.
And will you get any kind of an alarm that will tell you to do that, or that's just something you have to look at every day?
The system will do it by itself. Okay. Again, it can do by itself everything that is automatic. If that is a call, you need to put it into the pending task, and when you go in, you will see all your pending tasks in that moment. Meaning your pending tasks are going to be available. Nobody asked us so far that a reminder, because the follow-up is not in a mobile format. Okay? To have the follow-up in a mobile format, it will make sense that you have reminders. But in this case, you go to follow-up, and I'm sorry, you go to task, you go to, you have pending, completed, and failed tasks. If you go to your pending tasks, you're going to be seeing what you need to be doing now. And the system will actually allow you to go through what it is going through. If that is calls, if that is everything that is not automatic. Otherwise, the system will do it by itself, like sending contracts, sending texts, in one point of the system, sending facts. All that is going to be actually automatic. The other thing is all communications in the follow-up are going to flow through the system. So as you can see here, this property has an email, meaning that I emailed the homeowner of the property and he sent an email back to me answering whatever my email was. And if I click on that, I'm going to be able to see the email in the follow history. This case was added from the D generator. See? You have access to your pending tasks, or failed tasks, and your emails from here. That's the detail of the log of the property. Okay, guys.
Wait, Francisco. Yes, Mecca has one for you. May she ask you directly? Mecca, are you on here? Mecca, where are you? Let's see. Mecca, if you're here, you have to unmute yourself. She just sent me a message, so I think she's on here. Mecca okay. Malloy.
If you have the question yourself, you can talk to me. You can actually read it.
Yes, I'd rather them do that. In fact, now, anybody have a question? Please ask Francisco right now while we've got him. This is great timing. Oh, she must not be on now all of a sudden. Oh, too bad.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, guys. One of the things that I'm going to say to you, if you want to learn more about the system, and what I explained to you is kind of fuzzy right now because of my accent, it's not a problem. You can click on this chat and request a demo. That demo will be only for you, only answering your questions. Only you will be the one that will ask the questions. Usually what happens when someone, you know, like the equity situation that we have at the beginning, I don't like to get into, you know, into explaining details like that because it, you know, it will take everybody out. And I'm going to focus only one person. I didn't want to do it because of that, though. Please don't take it personally. But what we usually do is we send someone to explain you what's the reason that we do the things that we do. Okay? And that is with a one-on-one. And if you want to learn what the system is about and you want to know about yourself, you go, we do a one-on-one, we do it for you. We don't do trials. And the reason that we don't do trials is if you don't have a guidance of the system, it's going to be very hard for you to actually understand what the system does. And people get frustrated and they don't sign in. So trials has been usually a failure for us. And the system and the people get frustrated with trials. So what we do is, instead of a trial, we do a demo with you guys, teach you what the system can do. And then when you sign in, we actually schedule an educational system for you that says, okay, we're gonna show you, we're gonna answer all your questions, and you can schedule a one-on-one. But additionally, you have what we call this virtual help. That every single question regarding to the system is in a video, like concepts, contacts, control panel, accounts.
Yeah,
everything.
You have tons of videos, right?
Contracts, for instance. How to send multiple contracts with your follow-up system. Click. Click. There you go. So you don't have to deal with my accent there, which is a good thing. Okay.
You know, Francisco, Arthur is on the line. I mean, he's still on with us, and I know he's used your system. Maybe if Harry was willing to just say something about it or his experience with it or anything, Harry, or you?
Long time don't hear from you. I don't know if that's really you, because I haven't seen you in a while.
Harry, you have to unmute yourself if you can speak to us.
Oh, I think he wants to speak. He probably had the same challenge that you do.
What do you mean? He's a low-tech person like I am?
Yeah. If that's the Harry I know and love, he's low-tech.
Okay, now he's unmuted. Harry, can you talk to us? I think he is like me. He's very low-tech, then.
Yeah.
But he, over in the chat room, he made some wonderful comments about your system, and so folks can see that.
Harry.
He's saying
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah,
Harry's
he's saying you're
for a
great.
long time. He fell off the wagon for a little while, but we're happy to welcome you back, my friend.
He's saying it can make us wealthy. We like to hear that. Yeah, he's asking over here, how does he unmute himself?
To do that for you.
Yes, Harry, you are like me. You are very low tech.
Wonderful people that have come to me and had told me, you guys have made the difference for me and my family. Thank you. The comments that I love the most, because I'm a computer engineer. I've been in the software developing business since 1992. And when someone that is in software comes to me, like Joe, for instance, I hope that you use the system. You can certainly appreciate the work that we have done, because he knows what all this implies. Okay, so people that have a computer background come to us and say, I love your system. That's something that really meant a lot to me personally. But clients that usually comes to me and tell me, you guys, I cannot do what I do without the system. I highly appreciate it. And that's something we really treasure and value.
The other thing I don't think you mentioned, but when we sign up for this, can we just sign up for a couple of months, or we have to do a one-year contract? Or
we don't believe in marriages that are an obligation. But if you make a commitment for a year, we give you a discount of 2 months.
Right.
You don't have to do it right now if you don't feel ready. you can actually go month to month, and then if you guys decide that we can have a long-term relationship, you can actually sign up for a year and save in 2 months.
See, that's what I like about it. There's several things I love about it and that I've heard over and over from a lot of people. Number one, you don't have to sign up for a long-term contract, so you can try it out for the month. Number two, the main thing I hear over and over again is that no matter what you're wanting to do with the system, because it is, very intense, there's a lot of different levels, you get that personalized one-on-one service of people helping you through the system with whatever it is you want or need. That's what I've heard, like the biggest thing.
We're very proud of that. Additionally,
Yeah.
we do webinars teaching the system. They're Friday at 10 a.m. If you had no chance to attend us, we have it here. They're all here by date. The last one was December 18. We're going to resume it next Friday. You need to be a member. If you want to attend, if you want to see them without being a member, you can go to Reifax.com, and they're going to be all there. You don't need to be a member to watch them, but if you want to see it live, yes, you need to be a member. And I will tell this: those webinars are very educational. Why? Because there are other investors asking questions, and what other investors are asking are things that you might want to hear. Okay, so sometimes you pick tips.
Oh, good thing. Yeah.
That you never thought about it because someone else asked that question. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone is writing something.
Let's see, Walter. Oh, Walter's got some good stuff here. Do you see, everybody see on the chat, Walter is saying, no matter what system you use, the secret to success is a regular and consistent follow-up system by whatever name. One postcard or one letter or one email or social media post by itself will not generate the kind of results you need to have to be successful. Develop and follow your written business plan, reviewing and updating it periodically. He is so right, isn't he? That's exactly what you were saying, Francisco.
He's totally right. But remember that your most important commodity is time. Okay? So what happened if you are spending time writing things down in an Excel spreadsheet, or taking 30 minutes to send a contract out when you can do it in 5 seconds here? Okay?
Yeah.
That's the game changer. Meaning you can be following up in more properties and potentially increasing your revenue if you have the right system and you have the right agenda. That's why we think our clients have the advantage with other systems that are in the market that only do a portion of the system or do one part, but they don't do the other. I don't want to compare to any system out there because people come to us and tell us, I like better your system than other system, this other one because I haven't getting all these other systems, I don't want to compare myself. I only want to say that our clients are happy with what they get. We have many clients that are successful. Again, if you buy a tool and you never use it, you are not going to be successful. If you buy a gym subscription and you never go to the gym, guess what? You're going to have a belly as big as mine. So, yes, that happens if you don't go to the gym. If you buy a system like this and you don't use it, you're not going to make money. As simple as that. So
Yep,
Again,
it's not the system failing.
yeah, it's not the system failing. And more importantly, because I have seen it many times, if you pay for a system like a mentoring program, and you don't do what the mentor tell you to do, you do whatever you want to do, then don't complain you don't get the results. And we work very closely with mentoring programs in all in the United States, not only Florida. And this is something that we always tell to our clients. If you are in a mentoring system, you have to pay attention. You have to say exactly what they're telling you to do. If you think you know more, why are you paying this money? And sometimes they spend thousands of dollars, 25,000, 12,000. Those are the ones that I know that are good, but the bad ones, you can find bad ones for 60,000. And still, if you don't do what they tell you to do, yeah, you're gonna waste your money. My recommendation also to all investors is go to have a local REIA to go to. That's the best way to get information. That's the best way to get what's new. And not only what's new, you're going to be building the people that is close to you is the most important one. Your contract guy, the guy that make the floor, the guy that make the plumbing guy, everything that you have, the realtor that is going to help you, the person that is going to actually go the extra mile and fix a problem for you. Those are the resources that you find in the REIAs. So that's why I work really closely with them.
This was good stuff tonight, Francisco. Thank you.
This was fantastic.
Well, guys, I don't think that I didn't know that I could talk for that long. I feel like I feel already like I heard something from Dave Dinkle.
We love our Dave Dinkle. Oh man, lots of good information.
You can tell him I remember him today.
I sure will. I know he's a good friend of yours, and he's been a great friend of Pcreia and to all of our members, giving us some great information. Francisco, tonight was a great evening, some good information. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm sequestered at home, so I am devoted to getting on to my account and using Reifax like crazy this year. It's going to be fun. It's like a wonderful game. I'm so excited.
Okay, one of the things is, this is the best time for you guys to learn a new system because we're spending a lot of time at home. So
exactly,
it's a very good time. And to those that are driving for dollars, that's a good option. But if you can drive for dollars and actually call them before you actually go into the home, it's a game changer probably for you because, hello, I'm an investor and I saw you home right now instead of knocking the door. I don't know. Sometimes knocking the door is more effective. I will say that that's one of the ways that I see that works the most in terms of conversion. If you are knocking someone's door, if you knock $100 in a month, you got a deal. Of course, if you follow up. Guys, has been my pleasure. Right. I wish you a very happy new year and you make a lot of money so you have money to pay for Reifax.
Francisco, we applaud you for being with us tonight. And with that, we're going to wrap up our meeting. And just thank you again. I can't thank you enough for being with us tonight and helping us get started in something new for 2021. So tonight, we're going to wrap up the meeting right now, but remember, anybody that would like to stay on, please do so. And then we'll do some interaction with each other afterwards and sharing of information. So finally tonight, in the true spirit of Pcreia's motto of investors helping investors, please seek out others to support, make a difference in someone's life, and thank you all for inviting us into your home tonight. Be safe and God bless. Remember, we're here for you, and we will see you the next time. If you're a member, we'll be doing Hot Topics on January 21st. And if you're not a member, I hope you'll sign up and definitely be with us. So, Francisco, if you have to go now, I understand, but if you want to stay for a few moments and see if there's any additional questions, you can sure do that. Thank you all, and good night for those that are leaving us. Lots of applause and good stuff. Great information. Thank you so much.
Thank you
right.
very much
Very
for having me today. I really appreciate it, and I'm gonna leave my email in the room. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Yes, please do that. You're going to put that over in the chat
yes,
for
I'm
them?
gonna put it in the chat.
Very good. Oh
right
boy,
there.
this is so good.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't write it to everyone.
No, you must have sent it to just somebody special, but not us.
Yeah. Actually, it was
There you
Harry
go.
there. I don't know why, but he probably has my email, so he doesn't need it. And
there you go, everybody.
for sure,
There's
Dave
Francisco's.
was not there because he will be teasing me about my accent. So I know he was not in the call.
All right, everybody. Good night for this part of the meeting, and we will stop recording now so that we end it up. Thank you all again for being with us.